about to lose their house to the bank, a lot of times you can go in and negotiate with the bank, not the seller, but with the bank. You can go in and negotiate with the bank and talk to them about selling the house to you on what is called a short sale. A short sale basically is this. Let's say that the loan amount is $100,000. If the loan amount is $100,000 and this person's facing a foreclosure, you can go and offer the bank, let's say $70,000. Now the bank has to make a decision. Do they let the house go into foreclosure, go through the process of evicting the seller, then make all the repairs that are needed to the house, or do they go ahead and sell it to you? And oh, by the way, after they do all those things, they still have to market the house. They still have to bring in a real estate company to market the house and to sell the house. A lot of things that take a lot of time and money out of their pocket. So they're willing to negotiate the loan and sell it to you on what is called a short sale. And the seller, well, they're real happy because now they don't have a foreclosure on their credit. That's how you're helping everybody. Next thing we want to talk about is building the dream team. See, there's a concept, and if you haven't read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, I strongly recommend that book to you. It's responsible for more millionaires than probably any other book out there, other than maybe Robert Kiyosaki's book. Think and Grow Rich has one strategy in there, one concept in there about the power of the mastermind. And that's bringing together a group of individuals who are all experts in their own fields and using the power of the mastermind to make yourself even more powerful. It's kind of like, I want to be the boss and I want everybody else to work for me, and they ought to be experts in what they do. Let's start with a title company. Now, I know how to go and research title to verify that there's no liens or judgments, but you know what? My time is not best suited for that. The title company, they're experts at that. So when you find a good title company, somebody who actually knows what they're doing, knows how to research this data and this information, let them do it. They're the experts at it. That's when they're paid. That's how they're paid, and that's what you should pay them for. A good lawyer, we've already talked about 3, but a good lawyer can keep money in your pocket and put more money in your pocket, and that's a good thing. And you know, the reality is that nobody really likes going and talking to attorneys. I understand that, but when you find one who is a good attorney, who understands what you're doing, they can become your best friend. And take it from me, they're a valuable asset to have. A bookkeeper, somebody who understands about keeping records and keeping track of all the income and expenses and all of that stuff. If you're like me, I hate that. I do not like working with books. It's one of the first things I got rid of because I don't want to sit there and enter all that data in there. I'm not a data person. I'm a creative person. I'm one who likes to get out there into the field and get my hands dirty. I'll let somebody else work with the books, and that's what you need to find right off the bat. That again, if you start off right, if you start the business off right, if you do the things that you need to do right, then you're gonna go so far that if you have to go back and try to reconcile all that information. A good property inspector. Let me tell you, a good property inspector, a lot of people who start the business say, well, I don't know anything about houses. I wouldn't know what to do if I walked into a house and something needed repair. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to look at. I wouldn't know how to inspect it. Well, we have property inspectors here in the Houston area who are experts at what they do, and a lot of them are very real estate investor friendly. One in particular, Kevin Smith, is a gentleman who's been around for years and years. When I started real estate investing back in 1998, he was one of the first persons I met. He actually walked me through the house step by step and showed me what to look for every single inch of that house, inside and out. And you know what? I think I paid him $250 for that, and I was in his back pocket, and I watched every place that he went and everything he did. And I still hire property inspectors today. Hire an appraiser, okay? Somebody who can tell you what the house is worth. There's a couple of key elements that you need to know. One is what the property is worth, what kind of repairs it needs. So when we're talking about an appraiser and an inspector, those are two critical components of our business. Please understand that. The next thing you need to have in your back pocket, somebody who you can rely on as a contractor, somebody you can rely on to show up on time, to do the work that they say that they're going to do the things that they're going to do, and the time frame that that they're supposed to do it. All those are critical elements. So be sure you find a good contractor. How do you find these people? Well, a lot of times you find them at your local real estate investment club. You find them through networking with other investors. You find them through, I've got all kinds of contacts and resources as well. You can find them through me. That's where you find these people. And the last person, one of the last persons you need to have in your back pocket, somebody who you can work with, who can become an advisor for you, is a good real estate agent. And right now, there are a ton of real estate agents out there who are dying to help people simply because the market it's a buyer's market right now. It's a market where there are more buyers than there are sellers, even though there are a lot of foreclosures. The problem is getting those buyers financing right now. So a good mortgage broker will help you there. One of the things I do once I put a house on the market, and we're going to wrap up the power of the mastermind. When I put a house on the market, one of the first things I do is I have my real estate agent list it. Once they list it, then at that point in time, I let the title company pull the title. I let the contractors do their work after they've done that and I've got it listed. I have my real estate agent pull the comps and tell me what I should sell it for. I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is evaluate the data that they've brought to me. Now here's some things to do before the next time we get together. Let's kind of recap this, put it all together for you. One, set up your command post. Use grandcentral.com if you can. It's very simple. It's an online program to where you can have incoming phone calls and they're put right to your computer or they're sent right to your cell phone. Two, look at what kind of entity you need to set up. Get a hold of a good attorney, somebody who understands about the real estate business. Give them your particular situation because your needs and my needs could be two completely different things. Now, the other thing to set up is take a look at the local legal newspapers. The newspapers that are out there that can help you, like the Daily Court Review, the Houston Chronicle. You can look at various other little newspapers to find postings and listings of people who are facing foreclosures, tax foreclosures, things like that. Work on your dream team. A good title company, a good real estate agent, a good inspector, a good property appraiser. Those guys are invaluable to your company. Those are invaluable to your ability to do this business the right way. Find the right areas in your city to market to. We give you some data on the QHBTV.com. We give you some data and we give you some places that we look at. We give you some specific criteria that we look for. All that information is on there as well as other informational places like the Houston Chronicle, Daily Court Review, various other places on the internet as well. And finally, drive those areas. Drive those areas and take a look around when you're out there going to work or to school or to your friend's house or wherever you're going, and think of it a little bit differently. And think of it and go, you know what? Is this an area that might be a good place to invest in? Take a look at the data from the Houston Chronicle from a week or so ago where they listed all the foreclosure areas by zip code. Maybe you take a drive around there and see if something catches your eye. But more importantly, start to network with other like-minded people. Use the power of the mastermind. People like myself who are working with other real estate investors, and we want to be able to make everybody successful. And when you network with people like us, people who are out there doing the business, out there doing this on a day-to-day basis, we can help you make your business all the more successful. I want to end this show with a little bit of note. The first show that we did, you saw me and my partner, Fred Burke. Well, Fred unfortunately was killed in an automobile accident, and I wanted to dedicate this show to him. Fred's a good friend of mine. He helped me tremendously in a lot of areas of my life, our business life at totalfinancialliberty.com, and we're all going to miss him tremendously. That's why he's not up here tonight. And I know that some of you are probably wondering about that. But for those of you who knew Fred, we all sorely miss him. For those of you who didn't know Fred, you can go out on YouTube and you can find him. He's all over the internet out there. So with that, this has been Terry Weigel, the Quick House Buyer. Thanks again. See you next week.